Welcome to Bush channel.
Abalone and sea urchins. My main job. I'm just about to go diving today.
Day one campers, dinner time. It's been an extremely hot day. We just crashed out here at lunchtime. We're totally exhausted. The wind is coming in really handy here just to scare away all the flies and the mosquitoes. There's a lot of flies and mosquitoes here, but the wind keeps them at bay because they can't fly. There's a bit of freeze-dried broccoli there, campers. Freeze-dried beef is rehydrating, and there's even freeze-dried rice in that pot. A couple of things we didn't show you on the last major hike video. So tomorrow morning, the strategy for beating the heat, we'll actually pack our campsite up at about 4 AM and march out of here in the dark. That's why I wanted to show you the campsite at dinner time. It's tomorrow morning. It'll be too dark to show you. We've got reliable headlamps, so by getting up so early, we can cover as many kilometres as possible before the sun even comes up. It's just absolutely stinking hot out here at the moment. Best way to beat the heat, get up early. Potatoes, beans, mushrooms, broccoli and onion. Beautiful. And the freeze-dried beef, of course. Good morning campers, 6 AM, day 2, back on the beach. Low tide, look at that. The waves are way out. Hello campers, it's about 4 hours later. Just having a bit of a rest at one of these campsites inland. Just laid out the thermarest. Good idea to just stop every now and then and rest your back. Got a bit of water, just drip filtering through the gravity system here. Cooking a bit of tea in the large titanium pot. Just over there in the distance, just behind there, you might see the smoky campfire. That's just to keep the mosquitoes away from us. All those damn flies are an absolute nuisance. There's the backpacks, all the food just in the shade. Just trying to keep the food fresh out here, man. It's going to be about 35 degrees Celsius today, so just stopping here in the shade, rehydrating, and just resting. Packed up, almost ready to go. One last thing campers, I'll be using that what's left over in our water container to put out the fire. Always remember that, practice responsible fire handling.
So let's
Hey campers, Christina's come up with a system for keeping the flies off our backpacks, man. They seem to like just landing on the outside of the backpack.
So lots of flies, annoying.
It's kind of like a buffalo tail, yeah? The way a buffalo swings its tail to keep the flies off. Earlier this morning as we were walking along the beach, the flies literally just landing on our packs and staying there, and we found that the more you force them to take wind and get off your backpack, they eventually just wear out and the wind kind of just blows them away. High tide campers. We've been following this beach for about 15 kilometres today. See where we've come from and where we're going. As we go around that rocky part there, we'll just have to be careful. Just check out the rocks, make sure the tide doesn't actually come up. But this is about as high as it gets. 1 o'clock PM. Freshwater campers coming down the hill. Just there. See the source? The border campers. This spot marks the border between 2 Australian states. You can see the border line, hopefully they're picking it up on the GPS screen. More border markers. The border with Victoria and New South Wales. See? How many showers today? You go?
No way, let me. Start with that.
PM, day 3 canvas. We're in this hut. It's absolutely bucketing down with rain outside. Yesterday we hiked a total of 30 kilometres to get here. 15 of those kilometres were unplanned. We literally spent the second half of the day hiking to try and find water. The plan was we'd only hike 15, but the additional kilometres were to try and find water. There's now plenty of water here, man, with the rain coming. Check out this sheet metal locker, so you can lock your food in there. Rat proof, mouse proof, you don't have to worry about your food getting eaten. A full set of knives and forks, cutlery. We've never seen a hut so heavily decked out like this. And another thing, you wouldn't believe, actual running water in the hut. Never seen that before. Look at this fireplace. Bear in mind we are in very remote bushland here. It's about a 2-day hike from any direction to get to here. Depending on which pace you're moving at, some people might take 3 days to get here. The only reason we got here in 2 days is because we were forced to come all the way here. There was just no water anywhere on the track in between that campsite you saw yesterday where we had our picnic and here. So it's about 18 kilometres from that water source to this. So in here, you've got bunk beds, 2 sets of bunk beds. Look at that, man, skylights. So we can actually dry our clothes inside the hut. We washed our clothes last night. This is Wilderness wash, concentrated all-purpose soap that we use to wash our clothes, wash our dishes if we have to. Normally it's just clothes washing. My shoes, drying. Really nice hut for drying out your equipment, man, with that skylight there. Even got a fly wire door on the front, completely mosquito proof. There's the water tank canvas. Christina's behind that water tank there having a shower. And this is where the water's coming from, canvas. Check out the gutter. Look at that. As you can see, the water coming off the roof is a little bit brown, so we're still running it through the filter system. There's the soy mini down into the secondary filter. That's the carbon element that gets rid of tannin and other things that can cause bad taste. Finally, drip down into our cup. That's the freeze-dried cheese, and we've mixed up with a bit of nuts. Freeze-dried cheese, man, is so amazing, the taste. All the water's gone and all you've got there is just fat and that salt that's added into it. Beautiful, mate. Over here, making hot chocolate.
What are you doing, man?
We've got our rubbish bag hanging from the rafter there, and we had a bit of an ant problem. So what we've done is we've ant-proofed the whole thing by, that's just a fishing line. So roughly, what, 8, maybe 10 pound fishing line. And the ants, they just cannot climb it. Ant-proof your food, man. Or in this case, our bag of rubbish. We don't want to encourage the ants. Sinker, eh? "5 p.m, day 4, back in the tent. And the Hillyberg is proving once again to be the ultimate storm shelter. It's raining outside. You might have wondered what this green bag is you've seen on my backpack lately. That's where we keep all the freeze-dried food. So it's a separate container for that, just like a dry sack. It's very important to keep any moisture off the freeze-dried food. It must be kept completely dry. And here's our other food bag. Just the rest of the regular kind of regular camping food. So we always keep your food inside the tent, of course, to keep it away from the animals, ants. Got the fly screen open at the moment because we've been cooking. Usually we drag a piece of wood, or in this case it's been a plank of wood or rocks into the tent. That kind of acts as a kitchen bench as you're cooking in the vestibule. You can see the 2 gas canisters buried in the ground there. Absolutely fantastic storm tent. Ample room in there, ample room for cooking, storage. And if you were stuck in here for days on end, you could even dig a latrine right there in the middle. Not the preferred way to live, but just a thought, just a possibility if you were in that situation. The nearby creek uphill is quite salty water. I was quite amazed actually. It's 30 metres above sea level, but still brackish, containing some salt. So what we're doing there is we've got the Snow Peak pots, just collecting rainwater once again. And all the gear's inside. Sweeping all the sand out, sweetie. Yeah? Camping on the beach, man, you end up with sand in all your equipment.
Out.
And if the GoPro's picking that up, water that way. But it's brackish water, really quite salty. Tastes like you're drinking 20% seawater, 80% fresh water, man, with a dash of extra salt in there just to piss you off. Big ant nest built around what's remaining of a dead standing tree.
Eat?
Yeah.
Bullshit. Sure?
Yeah.
Tastes good. Yeah.
Another dry creek bed. This has got to be the 10th dry creek bed we've seen today. We haven't seen any natural running water for 3 days. Dry creek bed once again. Bone dry. Sandy bottomed creek. Look at that.
Oh my god. Is that the water, man?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Ugh. Filtering it through a cotton cloth canvas directly into the hydration sack. If this water's not brackish, it'll be the first fresh water we've seen for 2 days. Not exactly fresh, but a puddle of water that doesn't have salt in it. Let's hope for that. Sticks, bloody pine needles, dirt. Just trying to keep all the big stuff out. Stop it.
Yucky water.
Coming out clean now, but that's the water that was probably already in the system. That's the brackish water from the last campsite. Let's just see if this continues for a minute or so, then we'll start drinking it. It's got to be probably 2 litres of that puddle water up inside the main tank. Haven't even filled the cup yet, and you can see the filter has already slowed down. That's because there's just so much dirt in the water. It's blocking up the soy mini. And the carbon element is absolutely crucial when filtering this type of water, just to get rid of the bad taste, or most of the bad taste. Time for the taste test. It's got a little bit of a sort of eucalyptusy taste, obviously off the trees. I think that's the only foreign particles I could detect there. Definitely no salt, that's the main thing there. So we actually will replenish our thirst from this water. Just cracked open some of the freeze-dried food. Put some freeze-dried raspberries and apple in there, also some whey protein, just to try and kill that bad taste completely. The Nadgee Wilderness walk finally completed, man. Christina, what would you say about this hike?
The salty water. Shit.
You like the salty water?
No way, man.
You hate it.
Hate it.